What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GmiasWorld, and what we're looking at right now is the new Team of the Week Barr, the boss. He's going for 400K, and this is one of the most underpriced middle, user linebackers this early in the year that I've ever seen, because usually Barr is very, very expensive. But we're going to be talking about a lot of the things that can be possibly driving his price down, including the Zero Chill promo really starting to heat up, all right? So before we go ahead and get into that, go ahead and like the video for me. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. We're going to take a look at what he is right now for my team. All right, so you can see that he comes out as a 94 overall boss, but for my team, he's actually a 96. So he's chemmed up. He's a 96 overall. We have run stuff on him to increase his block shedding. Pretty much, I think it's block shedding. Is it block shedding and finesse moves I think you get with that? I think that's what you get, but we could go ahead and check instead of like thinking about it, because there's so many different type of chems that goes on. So if you ever want to check it, you can just go over there and you can look at it right there. So block shedding, power, tackling, and impact blocking. All right, so it doesn't even have anything to do with his finesse. That must be from John Madden, coach. So it's a hit, power, block shedding, impact blocking, and tackle. All right, so that gets him up to a 96 overall. The bigger thing is he's a 93 speed, 6'5" user linebacker. Pretty much that's what I'm using him as. And I have to tell you guys, he moves around a lot better than Ryan Shazier. Now, I don't know exactly why that is, because agility-wise, Shazier is like very, very loose. You can't really see it right now. I think I have to go to the other screen where I can go ahead and check it out. But when we take a look at his agility, I wanted to actually compare him to Shazier. I think we have to do that from the other side. He's a 91, but I know Shazier is pretty high as well. So let me just go over here. I would like to do the comparisons like screen to screen, but it's just much easier to do it along these lines right here, because the screen is much bigger, and you guys prefer it like this when I show it to you guys with such a bigger thing. But I know his agility was pretty good. So yeah, he has a 92. So I don't know why it is, but I was experimenting with Barr yesterday, and the way he moves around, I'm not sure what it is, because Shazier really has all the numbers are really high on him. Agility, his acceleration, all the stuff is really high, but he doesn't get off the ball like Anthony Barr does. But what is he? They have him at 6'1" listed. Yeah, 6'1", and then the 6'5". I did notice also that he did jump a lot higher. I actually tweeted something out at GmiasWorld on Twitter for you guys to take a look at it to see the way that he jumped in the middle of the field, like extremely high, like the dude was like a Marvel character. It was really wild and ridiculous. It kind of gave me a semi. I don't know if you guys viewed it, but it should have given you a full chub. But I'm going to tell you this right now, though. His price is going to be pretty low, just because of the circumstances that we don't know exactly what's coming. Obviously, the Iron Man thing was revealed by mistake by EA Sports yesterday. Shout out to everybody that was able to tweet me some of the proof that they actually showed it on the card. But not only that, EA actually tweeted it out themselves. It was on the card art that they actually tweeted out that showed that we're going to get a 90 overall Deion Sanders and a 90 overall Calvin Johnson out of position. Both wide receiver, and one is going to be free safety. So it's a lot of things that are coming. In addition to that, there was a couple screw-ups with the way that people were getting snow yesterday once that out-of-position Kelsey was released. So there are a lot of different reasons with the way the market's going, in addition to, people are able to get a lot of snow. They were able to get a lot of snow by using this and using the set and all kind of stuff, because his price is kind of offsetting what the actual snow price was. So people are going crazy right now trying to figure out, how am I going to put together enough coins to be able to take advantage of what's coming with the rest of the Zero Chill. Now, I told you guys, ultimately, I believe that by the time the Zero Chill promo is over, we will have a Randy Moss and we will have a Bo Jackson, okay? There are a lot of other linebackers, including Telvin Smith, which, some people think, obviously, stat-wise, he gets out of my way and everything like that, but I'm not using him on the D-line, Anthony Barr. He's my user, so I don't need that additional out-of-my-way chem. Some people have thought that, because they gave out a primetime performer of Telvin Smith, that could be the reason of Anthony Barr's drop-off. I'm here to tell you that has nothing to do with it. This guy's card right here, this has nothing to do with why Anthony Barr is so cheap, because primarily most of us are not going to use him as a user linebacker. Remember, if you've been playing Madden for a very long time, you understand that we went from Julius Peppers directly to Anthony Barr as user, right? This guy right here, he is gold on the D-line because of his block shedding, getting the out-of-my-way chem. He's going to be a huge upgrade for that situation. But I'm just going strictly on user linebacker, and it just seems very weird right now that, like, this guy will go to 89 plus 2, so that's going to be 89 plus 3. He's going to go also, he's going to go to a 92. chemmed up with John Madden coach and sprinter ×2. All right, so with that situation being the way that it is, Anthony Barr still has the edge with the +1 speed. That's without the Jaguars chem and having 50 players of the same team and all that stuff. That's without all that. It's by far, Barr is the better user linebacker, okay? It depends. Like, if you're using this guy in a 4-3 system, this guy right here, and you have him as an outside rushing linebacker, the thing that's good about him, he's a great zone coverage player. Also, you see he has the block shedding, so you can just send him in on a blitz. But his awareness is very high, and he has decent zone coverage, especially if you give him, like, you know, lockdown and everything like that. This dude's going to be a monster with his zone coverage. He's going to go up to, like, you know, when you chem him, he's like an 88, 89 with zone coverage with John Madden coach. So that's actually, he's more of a dual CPU guy that you can leave in coverage. But with Barr, you don't want to do that. See, Barr has, you know, he has like a decent hit power. You know, he's going to jump mostly every route. He meets all the thresholds to utilize, utilize all the things with ball hawk. So that's primarily what's going on. People are anxious. If you look at the way that these prices are going, if you wanted to get training points right now, especially for those guys like myself that I went out, I tried to pull Khalil Mack, I was unsuccessful, but he's going to be in packs for a little bit, so I might, like, you know, dabble and try to get, you know, pull some other packs and see what's going on. But if you really think about it, you got to understand right now everything is dirt cheap. Like, if you were trying to get training points, it's like, bro, I saw things in the 70s, 90 overalls in the 70s, bro. Like, this guy's 89. If you start, like, you know, searching it by individual, like, whatever, like, you know, going like piece by piece and looking through everything, you're going to see a lot of crazy prices. You start going by teams, different things like that, you're going to see a lot of crazy prices, especially on the fact that you can go like to the legends. Like, when you go program and you go legends and you look for it, the prices are absolutely ridiculous. So everybody is trying to accumulate whatever they can. So he's like 86. I saw them at like 79, whatever. That's 2,200 training points. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were trying to base off the 17K training points that you're going to need for Khalil Mack and you just wanted to wait it out, you could actually, you know, lurk and get stuff as low as 70 to 65. People are very, very desperate right now, simply because if you don't have, like, the known cards, if you don't have, like, the cards that people are actually, like, really, really going after, your card's not selling. It's just not going to sell. So you can't, like, I'm not surprised with the way that everything's going on, plus the different currency with the snow. See, that's what's really making everything wild. EA creating a whole other currency, it's like they're throwing a wrench in the game. And then what's going to happen is, after everything is over and everything from the snow converts to training, once they figure out and, you know, have a precise number for how the snow is going to convert to training, because before it was like 5 to 1. Now they don't know what it's going to be. They said they're going to wait to see exactly what it is when it converts back, you know, to training points. People are going to have a huge come up, and some people are going to lose a lot, depending on which way you go with it. But right now, if you guys wanted to gamble, like, look, put it like this, right? Let me reset everything. I'm going to go to Khalil Mack, and I'm going to show you some stuff right here. Because also making him a limited, people are going to more likely go after this guy than they would Anthony Barr. Because this guy, if you put him on the D-line, he's going to be coming in like a savage. He's 91 speed with sprinter and, you know, John Madden coach. And that's without some of you psychopaths that either have the Bears chem or you have the Raiders chem. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy, his price is wild. So look, they want 1.66. Yesterday he went as low as somebody bought him for like 1,027,000 early when it first came out. He's probably going to go down a little bit more once the training is available. So if you still wanted to get him, it is what it is, because when you start to formulate the training points and you go 22,000 and you know you got to go like 8, and then you got to figure out that math and stuff like that, you're going to be spending, you know, a decent amount in training points. So the only way that that would really benefit you is if you already pulled cards and already started to make training points. Because obviously if you start spending that amount of coins that are needed for it, you know, you start getting to the 8 ranges and stuff like that, you're going to be spending almost 1 million coins in training points if you're starting from scratch. So the only way that it really works is if you already have cards. Like me, I have a binder full of garbage that I don't even know what I'm going to do with. You see what I'm saying? Would I be willing to buy this card if it came closer to 1 million? Probably. But you know what it is? I still also want to wait. Because like with me, I have 9,000 training right there, and I still have an additional Anthony Barr. Because I didn't want to sell him for so dirt cheap, so I kept him, and he's 9,000 training. Not only that, you got to think about it along these lines, right? If you go and you buy, you know, certain overalls, like you go to like a 92, 93, all of the prices are really, really like very, very low right now. The market is wild. And as long as everybody's waiting to see what actually happens, ultimately how they end this promo, everybody's going to be trying to get rid of whatever they have that they think has value, and they're going to try to get whatever they can for it. So right now will be a good time for you guys to actually stack up on training points if you can. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to play around with the snow inside the store, like a lot of people were gambling with some of the gnats and all the other garbage that was going on, you can see that I had the 2 Kelseys that I got out of my presents, and more presents will be opening soon. But if you guys understand what EA is doing, this currency is what's causing the problem. You know what I'm saying? So it's not gonna be this way very long. Like once this month is over and snow is done, unless they come up with a wild chemistry like a New Year's Day chemistry or some foolishness, it'll only be training points again. Then they'll have to convert everything back to training, and then things should level out. But while this is going on, there's going to be a lot of people making a lot of coins. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be losing coins, depending on which route, which way you go, which way you gamble. But I can tell you this. Ultimately, that 93 speed is going to be good for a while. You know what I'm saying? 93 speed, 6'5". You know what I'm saying? That's really ideal in Ultimate Team. Even when Shazier gets an upgrade, he's still only 6'1". And a lot of you guys, oh, he's the best user. I started using him after, Miles Jack lost his, he couldn't pick the ball anymore. Miles Jack was really good at a point too. And then they just, they nerfed him. They tuned the game, and then, they made it so everybody drops user picks no matter how good your timing is, and everything got changed up. So that's why I went to Shazier. But honestly, Barr has always been my ideal user after I went away from Peppers, because they made Peppers a lot slower than he was like in Madden 15, Madden 25, stuff like that. So I went away from Julius Peppers. But you could go ahead and play around with this however you want. But when you start to assess the values of everything that's going on, including the value of the snow players, you're going to notice that the market is pretty crazy. All right? You can gamble as much as you want right now. Some of you guys have been buying a lot of players, quick selling them for snow and stuff like that. That's all fine and good. We still don't know if we're going to need snow to upgrade the Randy Moss if we get him, whatever, or the Bo Jackson. I highly doubt it, though, because they probably are going to make them just regular, masters to sets or whatever. That's what I would think. Like an ultimate, they're going to probably make them like an ultimate snow master, snow beat, whatever they're going to do. That's probably how it's going to go down. So you can bank on the fact that those cards should be coming. It's just a matter of when. So that's why the market is the way that it is right now. Only if you have the coins that you can, logically be able to say, you know what, I'm going to spend this and I'm good with it, should you do it. Because if you don't have the coins to be doing this foolishness like this and buying this guy and then, selling them for coins and then, for snow, and then trying to go into the set and make another. Bro, if you can't afford that, don't put yourself in that situation. Don't try to be these guys that are doing whatever. Now remember, look at that. He's back down to 680. What is these? These guys are like 20. I think what are they, like 5280 or something like that? So people are understanding right now. If you wanted to gamble, like I think, let me go ahead and check this price real quick. If I wanted to gamble, right, and get that guy right there for 680, let's just say I wanted to get him for 680. I'm going to pull out my files over here so I can show you guys what I'm talking about to make it kind of easy. If I wanted to gamble and just be an absolute idiot, I could do this with no problem. This is what I would do. I'm just pulling out my files right here, guys. I got it saved in my phone with the snow currencies that I've been, telling you guys over. So look, the 95 overall is 5,200 snow. So he's at whatever he's at right now, right? 680 or whatever Buckus was at. Now look, let's go back into the store now. So I'm trying to make sure that you guys thoroughly understand. Let's look. The highest priced card right now for the for that whole situation that's going on with the Ghost of Madden, right? We're gonna go to the 95. The 95. 'Cause I know they got like Julio Jones, right? So if you wanted to do this, look at what's happening. He's 602. You see what I'm saying? So now if you wanted to gamble, you could probably gamble and be able to get away with it to try to get the Julio Jones that you wanted. You see, like, because I sold Xavier Rhodes for almost 1 million coins 3 days ago. This guy I bought for a 900 and something K, so I lost 200K on him already. You see what's happening? And then Julio is up there at 818. So realistically, with the way that it is, because 95 is 5,200, right? You could go ahead and gamble with this over and over again inside that store. But then the thing is, you're going to have to keep adding that extra 300. So we could do it actually twice, but we're going to lose with the tax. And the only way we would actually win is if we were able to actually pull Julio Jones. So you see the way the market fluctuates. Now all EA has to do is drop another card that requires snow or some kind of foolishness, and then these cards will go way back up. You see, that's the way the market fluctuates and the way it changes. And as you play MUT and understand exactly what they're doing, this right here would be a good gamble because I wouldn't lose. The only issue is, do I want to play the game with EA? You see what I'm saying? Do I really want to play this game with EA? I don't, because I already know that I'm not pulling anything that I'm supposed to pull. I got lucky. I pulled a decent pull. You know what I'm saying, bro? And I'm going to move on with my day. It's always a reason and a method behind EA's madness. And remember, in addition to all of this with Anthony Barr, a lot of you guys, like myself, we have a lot of gifts that haven't been opened yet. So what happens if we spend all of our stuff and then the gifts don't turn out to be what they're going to be? That's why everybody is so cautious and nobody's really putting anything into it. So I'm not going to recommend that anybody go out, because remember, I spent $540 for Barr. So he's down to like 400K right now. So if you guys don't want to get him right now, because I don't think he's going to go too much under 400K. So if you wanted to get him, you could probably go ahead and do it now. But I'm not going to, be like, yo, definitely do it, because I don't know what's going to be in these gifts that are coming right now. I don't know exactly what they're going to be doing. So I have to wait it out just like everybody else does, because I have a large present that's coming today too, December 19th. So as we wait for it to unfold, all the market prices are going to be all over the place. That's just the way it's going to be. So I want you guys to be very, very cautious with it. But I am highly recommending Anthony Barr at a 93 speed at 6'5". I still think right now that he is the best user in Madden 19. And I think even after they release the Calvin Johnson, unless you want to play nickel, because you're going to have him in the nickel set in order to put him in as the user linebacker, Anthony Barr will still be there because Calvin Johnson is also 6'5". You know what I'm saying? So we would have to estimate the way the speed goes, but that's pretty much what it is. The only thing that you'll be getting is that Calvin Johnson is Calvin Johnson. He's Megatron. So it's a little bit more exciting. So you would want to run nickel, but ultimately they're both 6'5". And it probably would appear that Anthony Barr would have the better upside because he's a defensive player anyway. So he'll be able to get off blocks and do things that Calvin probably won't be able to do. But we'll assess all that once Calvin Johnson is released. All right, but I wanted to get that out to you because I was getting a lot of questions about it and people were very concerned. I will try to get you guys some gameplay with him, but I will be live on Twitch, twitch.tv/GmiasWorld. If you guys want to go over there, you can just go to Twitch and just search GmiasWorld. You'll see me check mark because I am verified on Twitch, so that way you guys know that you're following the right person. Other than that, guys, I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. I'm going to let you guys know what I'm pulling with my gifts later, so definitely tune in, turn on your alerts. GmiasWorld, thank you guys so much for joining. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love.